It's been a long time since I've been fishing. Well, not really that long, but to me, it's been a long time. I didn't get to go fishing at all during the week. It's Saturday, sometime in March, I believe. Here I am, back to fishing. Uh, if you guys guessed where I'm at, Ochoco Reservoir, you're probably right. Uh, it's been in a warm front. I feel like the bass, maybe some crappie should be biting today. I could be wrong. I could be wrong though. You just never know. Alex, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. So we're out here trying to get some trout, maybe a bass or a crappie. I think a crappie or a bass should be biting today. I mean, it's just par for the crew, of course, after that warming trend, but now we're in a cold front. I still feel like, though, experience tells me I can catch a bass or a crappie. I could be wrong, though. I really could be wrong. I've been on for the past couple weeks. I've been looking for a bass or a crappie. So maybe we'll get one today. Maybe we won't. I would like to get one, so I can say I got my first bass or crappie of the year. But I just feel like sometimes I'm not willing to slow it down enough to get those bites that I feel like I should be getting. What's going on there? Swicky, Fame Outdoors. How you doing? Well, the water temperature came up quite a bit last week because it never did drop below 40. Um, the with the water temperatures, with the being in the 70s all last week, and not dropping below 40, it definitely brought that water temperature up to probably about 50, I would think, which is plenty warm enough to get a bass moving or a crappie moving. But it doesn't mean it's going to work. I mean, all we can do is try and hope like heck one wants to bite. And I am fishing a high percentage area here, and it just gets deeper and deeper as it's out there. So if I can slow it down enough, I might be able to get a bite from a bass or a crappie. But I'm not real sure I'm able to do that because that's not my best suit. I know if I was in the southern states, the bass fishing would be full bore. But I'm not. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, where if it's warm in March, you're in trouble. That means you're going to have a hot summer. And it's been warm in March. So we'll see what happens. You never know. Hope if worst comes to worst, maybe I'll just catch a trout, which is fine. I like catching me some trout, you guys. I ain't going to complain about any fish, you guys. What up, man? What up, Ron? How you doing, man? Didn't get to do no fishing the last 2 weeks. I mean, I did last Saturday, but during the week, I ain't been able to do no fishing, y'all. Been too busy working. Too busy working, you guys. You know that dirty little word, four-letter word called work? Well, that's been me. But the positive side to working, I've been doing some I've been doing some um, lectures for the childrens at schools. At the school I work at, they've been inviting me to come in and share about fishing and stuff like that. So that's a plus. I mean, I still got the CDL, but I need to get that. I need to get the school, the passenger endorsement. Yeah, I still need to do that. I still do. I just don't have the time to do it, and that's been the biggest issue is not having the time to do it. Sometimes that's the issue. But yeah, I still want to drive the bus for the children. Just got to have the time to get the passenger endorsement added to my CDL, which means I got to go through another driving test, but that's okay. I'll have to drive a bus. I could be underestimating the weather by thinking it's warm enough for a bass, but I doubt it. That's one thing about a warm stretch like what we had. If I would have been able to fish throughout the week, maybe I would have increased my chances to catch a bass or a crappie. But that's fishing for you. I may have made a mistake by not bringing any baits other than artificials, but I mean, if there's always something I can do to increase my chances of catching a bass or a crappie. To me, I just don't. Yeah. To me, slowing it down that much is just, I don't know. You know, some people can slow it down like that and be fine. But good morning, Antonio. How are you? This is shallower water. I mean, it's still deep, but it's shallower water. So this water probably warmed up a lot more than, say, if I was fishing closer to the dam. I don't know if that was a bite or the bottom. It's probably just the bottom. Because I am dragging along the bottom. I do have, what, 4 other rods in the car. So technically, if I wanted to, I could do a drop shot without having to take apart one of my riggings that's not meant for a drop shot. I don't have a drop shot rod, but what separates a drop shot rod from any other rod is just putting a drop shot on it. You don't have to have a specialized rod for drop shotting. I did bring drop shot stuff today, so really I could, you know, do some drop shot fishing if I felt like it was going to benefit me, but I'm not so sure that it, in my style of fishing, it won't benefit me at all. So it irritates me to no end to have to drop shot to catch a bass because it's so slow and methodical. Sky Blue, what's going on, man? Yeah, back on it, man. It's just, I haven't been able to live stream at all for last week. But today, we're here, doing our thing. Trying to figure out what, I want to make it out there to come see you, Lou, out there in California. I think that's the trip I want to do. Whenever you say it's time for me to, it's good for me to come out there and fish, man, I'm coming out there. I got myself some kind of mess here. I can't figure it out. I can do this though. I ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yep, catch, kiss, and release. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. If I can get a bite. What do you think, Blue? Caught a 7-pound smallmouth? Wow. What were you doing to catch that by accident? Oregon Hillbilly, what's going on, man? How's the fishing? I'll tell you, the fishing's slow right now. I didn't bring no bait with me today. My goal is to try to get a crappie or a bass, but who knows? I might switch at some point and fish for them trout. Depends on how old they are, because if you're under 12, you don't have to have a license. So, and most of the kids that I talked to were under 12, so yeah, I would take them fishing if I got an opportunity to. They are going fishing at some point, but not with me. They're going with their classes. So eventually they're going to be fishing. There's this place where they get to go every year and they get to fish. So I think it's called Sullivan's Pond, where they learn about bass and frogs and snakes and everything else. Trolling a gulp minnow, huh? Right now I'm just throwing a pink worm underneath the float. Basically just like trolling it, just underneath the float instead because it's windy out, so. Here's the real question, Blue. Did you eat the bass or did you throw it back? Let it go. Dakota, Grub, what's going on? The weather is fine. The weather is fine. It's kind of cold, kind of windy, but not too bad. There you go. There you go. Figuring out all the hot spots. Yeah. Got you, Blue. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the people, on if they like to eat them or not. I may land up putting a gulp minnow on or two at some point. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. I'm not liking the float rig though, because I'm trying to cast and reel, and that float rig's just kind of getting in the way. And it's just because there's too much wind at this point. So I may have to just take that one, put it in, and just focus on casting and reeling, you know, so that I can fish more instead of be frustrated with the float rig. Some of the kids from school might join us on the live stream and say hi, might not. I got to talk to them about stillhead and stillhead fishing and YouTube and all that good stuff. 7 browns and lost 2, had a 5-pound. Oh, nice. Ooh, sounds like you're having some fun over there, Blue. Seems to be the ticket, huh? I've done quite a bit of trolling for browns, but I can't seem to find the browns in my area. Usually, if I'm fishing like the river or something, casting and reeling a spoon or a spinner, I can find the browns, but I can't seem to find them in any of the reservoirs out here. I'm gonna take the float rig out for now. I want to fish. I don't want to. I mean, technically, I still am fishing with the float rig out there, but see what I got back out, you guys? I got the backpack back out. I went through last night and cleaned out a lot of stuff, and decided to start using the backpack again instead of carrying a bag full of stuff. What up, Mo? Good morning, good morning. Maybe I should have brought in a bait rod and threw one out there on the bottom just for the fun of it, but I didn't. And I was at the truck and I almost did. Yeah, Lake Billy's the place to do it. For some brown trout, bulls, kokanee, saving grace. What's going on, brother? I just ain't been able to figure out how to get the browns to bite out there at Lake Billy. It's mostly kokanee and bull trout. And then if it's the right time of year, then it's bluegill and bass. And I'm trolling cast masters, spinners, cut plugs. I can't seem to get them to bite. Everybody swears there's browns in Lake Billy, but I don't think I've ever seen one caught out of there. I've never caught one anyways. I don't think I've ever seen one caught out of there. I'm sure they're in there. I've just never seen one caught before out of there. It's like Lake Simtuska's got browns in there, and I've been fishing that forever, and I've never seen a brown caught out of there either. Most of the browns I've ever seen was caught in the upper Deschutes. Yeah, old Saving Grace was squid fishing last night. How many did you guys land up catching last night there, Saving Grace? I know you guys had a few of them. Four-inch, yeah, that's pretty good size. Wow, 25, nice. Gold Cast Master, yeah, that'll work. For sure, them Cast Master, they catch fish. They catch them all, it seems like. What's up, Tom Cat? How you doing? What you gonna do with them squid, Saving Grace? You gonna cook them, or you gonna use them for bait? I hear they work good for bait and they're good eating. That doesn't surprise me. Them browns are predators. I'm telling you. I'm doing good. I can't complain. It's Saturday and I'm getting to fish, so it's been. I didn't get to fish at all during the week, so it's been like that the last 2 weeks. Just been too busy working. Yeah, squid definitely is delicious for sure. You gonna do a panko fry, or how you gonna fix them? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Just curiosity. I need to go up and fish the upper Deschutes. I haven't done that in a while. The upper Deschutes don't have no stillhead though. A lot of brown trout, a lot of rainbows, but no stillhead. Oh, I got you. Can I be patient enough to catch a bass today or a crappie? I don't have the patience to keep fishing this slow. And I still feel like I'm not fishing slow at all. You guys. Because I'm keeping it pretty well moving. I'm just keeping it on the bottom right now. Wind died down a little bit. See, if I could, I feel like maybe if I could stop it for 15, 20 seconds and then start moving it again. But that's just not how I work. I like to keep moving the bait. Mm-hmm. Shifted in garlic and cornmeal, huh? Mm-hmm. Come on, Mr. Bass. Come on, Mr. Crappie. Show up. I feel like if I want a crappie, I'm going to have to keep it moving, you know. I feel like a bass, I'm going to have to slow it down. But really all it takes is getting it in front of the one right fish. It ain't going to matter how you work it as long as you work it in front of them. And that's generally the way it is when you're fishing. Working in front of the right one, it's going to get ate no matter what. The real minnows land the 7+ pounds, but no bronze or kokanee. Oh, water still cold. Yeah, I mean, with the warm front we had last week, it should be warm. Warmer than what it's been. Shouldn't be too bad today, fishy. I've got you on the 80-inch TV. Wow, 80-inch TV? If you accidentally catch one, it'll be in HD. Ron, what's up, man? I like that. I just saw a fish jump. Where? I didn't see no fish jump. I was watching Guy Kellogg over at Catch America. He was talking about how all bodies of water have some type of minnow, maybe pond, smelt. You need to duplicate that. That's true. That's so true, Blue. Trying to catch a bass with the kitchen sink. If I have to, I'll go to the dynamite if I have to, but I really don't want to go there. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mo. We may have to move to the other side of these willows and then cast into the willows, because those fish should be here, especially since this area warms up quicker than the main lake. The fish should be moved in here some. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out the way I planned it, but they should be. What's the water temperature stay, fishy? You always seem to know that stuff. I don't. I don't really pay attention to all that stuff. I'm only asking because you do. Water, wow, that's pretty cold for as warm as it's been. Yeah, I'm probably fishing for the wrong fish then, if it's only 33 degrees. What about Primeville Reservoir? I just can't believe it's that cold with as warm as it's been last week. So basically, I'm wasting my time fishing for bass. The water's 33 degrees. Well, yeah, the bass will. The trout should still be going strong. That just don't seem right because it's been in the 70s and it hadn't been dropping below 40. That just don't seem right. That might be a surface temperature, though. But that don't seem right. I could be wrong, though. Haystack 37, huh? I didn't tell anybody where I was fishing today because I meant I was going to fish during the week, but I ended up working days all week, so wasn't able to fish at all during the week. I won't be able to fish it all during the week, during the day next week either. I'll be working days next week too. Oh, that sounds so good, Ron. That sounds so good. Some corn muffins. Can you send me one of them corn muffins, Ron? I would like a corn muffin. Fresh, warm out the oven. Oh yeah. Just the one so far, yeah. Well, uh, stay fishy. For our area, having a solid week of 70s and not dropping below 40s is enough to warm up your water temperatures some. I mean, if the temperatures today are 43 or 30, 33 and 37, and we had that cold front moving last night, it could cool it down a little bit, but I don't think it'd cool it down that much. With butter, oh my goodness, Ron. You're making me hungry, bro. Yeah. I think we'll move on, pick up and move to the other side of these willows and try that out for a little bit. I know if I could get to if I could get my kayak out of my garage, I would be kayak fishing, trolling for kokanees and browns and bulls, or dolly parton fish, whichever ones you want to call them. I just can't get my kayak out of my garage right now. I don't have enough room to get it out. One of these days, I'll get it to where I can get it out. So when I come down to see um, Blue, should I bring my kayak or should I? Yeah, lack of probably did mess up the fish a little bit. But I could be, that's another thing. If there's snow melt and ice coming from the mountains, that could be keeping the water colder, I guess, than what I figured it would be. Because these lakes are fed from the mountains, so that could be what's throwing me off. Um, so I might be underestimating the time, I guess. I know I've caught them out at Prineville in February, the bass, or not February, but March. So it can be done. It can be done in cold weather. You just got to be willing to throw a drop shot at them. I know the catfish certainly have been biting, for sure. Last weekend, man, if you were fishing with the night crawler, you were catching catfish last weekend. Of course, I wasn't fishing with a worm. I was fishing with. Oh, there went a fish. 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 Right there. Come on. Get it. 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 Come on. Come on. Right in the willows. Come on. I just seen the fish rise in the willows. Well, just on the edge of the willows. On the edge of the willows. So that is encouraging. I don't know what species it was, but there are some fish cruising. So that's a plus. Now we just got to get them to bite. Imagine if I threw a worm out there in front of them, in front of those willows, I might get bit. Might, no guarantees. Yeah, them kayak fishing, it's fun. It's nice. There are some big trout in here. That's for sure. For sure. There's big bass, big trout, nice crappie. Definitely got some nice fish in here, for sure. You see a shark, uh-oh. That'd be something if we seen a shark. Oh, it's starting to sprinkle a little, maybe. I don't think that was on my yeah. Yeah, Stay Fishy definitely needs to get himself a boat. Like one of them freaking yachts. Get himself a yacht. All right, you guys, let's move over to the other side of the willows and cast from a different angle. Pontoon boat would be nice too. All right, you guys. All right. Backpack back in circulation for carrying stuff. What's up, man? Finding field and fire outdoors. What's going on? Just keep it docked at haystack, huh? Oh, it's definitely sprinkling a little more now. All right, we'll fish from over here for a little bit. Try that. See if we can't find a fish or something. Put you guys back on the water. You guys don't need to look at my mug. Now that wind slowed down a little bit, I'll throw the bobber out again and just see what happens. You never know. That's out there. Basically, my goal right now is to throw out in front of all these willows while I feel like there could be some fish hanging out. I don't know about no Green Bay. I don't know what a Green Bay is, man. I mean, what is a Green Bay anyways? Boy, Blue's offering to haul your boat for free and everything. I don't know what cabins you're talking about. Because those aren't cabins, those are homes. Right there. I don't know nothing about no cabins. Heck yeah, man. Get yourself a boat. Blue's offering to haul it for you and everything. Of course, I've already got a boat. I just don't use it. I just don't use it. I just don't use a boat. I'm using a micro Ned right now. And I'm also using a pink Posky fireworm, guys, underneath the float. I may land up switching the Posky fire egg for a gulp minnow. I brought the gulp minnows because I figured that'd be my ace in the hole because gulp minnows just work. You guys. I don't know if that was a fish or if I hit a willow in the water, but I felt the bump. Prineville's been such hit and miss. There's times I go out there and just knock the trout out, and other times I go out there and just slow. Whoops. Yeah, well, there's one lure for today. Got to get a new lure on there. I brought so many today. Let's see here. When I was 16, my dad moved to Illinois. Wow. Backyard. Wow. Huh. Wow. So basically what I did, y'all, here, is I went from a mess. I went from a mess to organizing a lot of stuff here. What I did here was, oh, that's what I was going to do today. That's right. I'll save that for a little bit later, all right? Basically what I did, you guys, was I got Ziploc bags, and then I did a lot of dividing of baits and stuff. That way it'd be easier to keep track of things and not be so disorganized. So to make it easier, I put them in. See, most of my Z-Man baits are in this bag. This one's got like my kite, or my kite tech, some underspins, some Yamamoto swim baits. And this one's got my Bobby Garlands, also some plastic worms and trout magnets and stuff like that in it. So that makes it easier for me to go through and find what I need. Instead of trying to look through 50 million different things, or pulling things out, putting it back, pulling things out, putting things back. By doing this, I can look and say, hey, oh, this is like a gulp minnow, or this is a Bobby Garland, or 6-inch power worm, Berkeley power worm. You see, so it makes it easier. And then, like, I've got trout magnets and stuff just in its own little case here. I can just put it inside the bag. And I've got terminal tackle, swivels, different things, weights and stuff. Make everything easier for me to find. So I went through and done all that yesterday, trying to make things easier. Gulp minnows, y'all. Love these gulp minnows. And I've got some of the 2.5-inch gulp minnows too. So I may switch gears and start focusing on the float rig, because what's right there was a big part of the day. So basically, once we hit the 1 hour mark, I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to do another live stream focused on that stuff, you guys. So we've only got about 5-ish minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and get that one re-rigged up. We're going to get that one re-rigged up, because this stuff right here is what I'm going to switch my focus to. So And I think what I'm thinking here, is I want to switch to a Kitech or something. This is a 2.8 inch small profile Kitech, or this color. I've got 3-4 different colors of Kitech, which are great, phenomenal bass bait, crappie bait, all around bait. This is kind of a cool thing here, you guys. Some underspins made by a crappie magnet or trout magnet. And so we can put a underspin on. Basically what this is. Now, a lot of the stuff I got while I was in Missouri, because I just couldn't find them here unless I went online. And I figured since I was there, I might as well just go ahead and pick it up. I got some at Cabela's, aka Bass Pros, and I got some at Academy Sport. So some of this stuff. If I can get this underspin lemur bob open. Okay, see? Different colors, different sizes. And they're underspins, so they got a lot of spin and flash, and so they'll definitely catch you some fish. And come still head season, I feel like these bad boys, you put a jig trailer on there. Oh yeah, or put jigs, marabou and stuff on there. Definitely. Yep, the world's famous new. I think we're gonna put that on with a Kitech for the just because I've never tried these underspins before, and I want to try them at some point today. So I think I'm gonna rig that up. I'm gonna put a Kitech on there. So you guys are gonna have to wait a couple minutes before I start the new live stream because I got to get rigged up with both different things, and so but yeah, I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen, you guys. So y'all remember to catch, kiss, and release the fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. Get this tied up. It ensures a future fishery for all. Till next time, it's not quite time to say. I'm gonna put this here on. Now this isn't a jig head for the Kitech, but that's what I'm gonna use it for. Add a little flash and a little more color to it for when I'm ready for it. But I'm gonna be switching modes here because dang it, I'm so excited about what I've got and what I'm gonna be doing. So get this tied on. And we are out.